Hi Blossoms, it's Kelly Rao coming to you from my guest room in Foxborough, Massachusetts. I have been with Usborne since January of this year, and I started to really work the business in February. So just to tell you a little bit about how I started off, I decided to become a consultant because I was looking to make some extra money. And in a leap of faith, basically, I joined right up after becoming first a guest at my friend Lindsay's Mom's Club party, and then I was a hostess, and then because I was on a 2-year maternity leave to raise my twins, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to basically, make some extra money. Plus, I love the books. I was hooked. So that started off February, and I actually did pretty well, pretty consistent bookings for through the spring, the winter and the spring. And convention is actually really when my business started to take off, right after I came back from convention. So if you have the opportunity to go to convention next year, I highly, highly recommend it. It was awesome. I met so many great people. I learned so much. So first of all, when I decided to be a consultant, recruiting was not really in my plan, per se. And for a while, I actually took it out of my script because it just wasn't something I was interested in. And then I started to feel a little icky about it. And then my mind completely changed, and I'll get to that in a second. So, first of all, convention was awesome. I met Lauren. We had a little sit down, and I said to her, I really want to grow my business. I love this. I mean, I'm really passionate about Usborne. It's actually becoming my daily joy. A little Usborne obsessed. And she said, you really need to recruit if you're going to expand. And I was already starting to think about that anyway. So then we heard the amazing Belinda Ellsworth speak. And she is awesome. She's nuts in a good way. This lady is amazing. So I read her book, Direct Sales for Dummies, which I highly, highly, highly recommend owning. It's a really quick read. I started implementing some of those strategies. And I came back from convention determined. And my main goal was, how am I going to pay for my kids' daycare in Massachusetts, which is so expensive? So that's really my goal, is to pay for their daycare with this job. So I came back. I contacted some previous hostesses who I knew were possibly interested in becoming consultants. So they joined. That got me up to 3 because I already had 1 recruit. And then I changed my script. I added in some recruiting posts that I felt were for my personality. And I really changed my mindset about recruiting in general. I went from thinking that it was like this icky thing that I was just trying to sell people, to thinking of it as a gift for people who would be interested already, like me. Basically I'm targeting people like us. And just presenting them in the information, and that's really worked. And so in the month of July, I've found 5 really interested, awesome ladies who are going to fly. They're really great. So that brings me up to 8. Now, I've also been kicking butt with bookings. I came back from convention with a handful maybe in July, and then I ended up filling up July, and my August is insane. So how have I been doing that? People have been asking me. Well, there's no real trick here. The first thing I did is I contacted people I hadn't contacted before and just flat out asked them to help me. And I got 3 or 4 that way. I've changed my scripts, and I've become a lot more interactive with pre-party and posts in general, just interacting with everyone, commenting on everything, dropping little booking seeds along the way. And the number one thing, and I would say I get 90% of my bookings through the 65% off a collection for the hostess if 3 parties are booked. Letting her know that, letting the guests know that, and not just letting them know that once, letting them know that at least twice. I say it during the party. I say it in my thank you emails to them the next day. And I say it again if someday the next day I might say, like, thank you to the 2 people who decided to host. But we still need 1 more. I've done really well with that. So I just want to thank Lauren for nominating me for Consultant of the Month. I want to thank all of the Blossoms. You've been awesome. I couldn't do this without you. And I hope you have a real great rest of the summer. And you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it.